Today we're going to be talking about long division, and we're going to do some practice problems with it. The first thing we're going to do is discuss the basic parts of a division problem. So in my white up here, I would have the denominator which of a fraction part is going to be outside or to the left of the division box. The numerator would be inside of the division box, and the quotient, which is the answer, is on top. Or if we actually consider this as division parts, the dividend is on the inside of the box, the divisor is on the outside, and the quotient is on the top. Now, if we looked at a basic division problem, we would say this as 48 divided by 3. I already have the answer up top. But the way we do this part by part is we would say 3 goes into 4 one time. So 3 goes into 4 one time. I put my 1 up top above the 4. Now, to get this 3 that's down below, I would say 1 times 3 equals 3, because here's my 1, there's my 3, 1 times that 3 equals 3. I place it below the 4. My next part, I would say 4 minus 3 equals 1. And then I bring down the next number, which is 8. Now this lower part now looks like the number 18. So I would think 3 goes into 18 how many times? That would be 6. So I put 6 up top as my next number. And if I said 6 times 3, that gives me 18 down below. I know this is the answer that I'm looking for because this 18 minus that 18 equals 0, and that's what we're really looking for. So since I get a difference of 0 between these two sets of numbers here, my division problem is done. I don't have to go any further. Okay? 48 divided by 3 is 16. I can check this with multiplication, and I've already done that part over here. If I set up my 16 up top and 3 down below, I can say 3 times 6 is 18, so I'll put my 8 here, down below, and my 1 up above and 1 placed to the left, just like we did with our earlier problems. Now I would say this 3 times that 1, which is 3, and add the 1 that's up on top, which is 4. So 16 times 3 is 48. That's our lesson part of the problem. Now for practice. I'm going to start like this. I'm going to say 48 divided by 4. This is written down here, which could also be said as 4 goes into 48 how many times? As a fraction, this would look like 48 over 4. So if I divide this, I could say 4 divided by 4 is 1, or I could say this 4 goes into that 4 one time, and I would put a 1 up top. This 1 times that 4 is 4. I'm going to put it down below. This 4 minus that 4 is 0. Now I'm going to bring down the next number, which is 8. So this 8 will come down here. And I would say 4 goes into 8 2 times. Then I would say 2 times 4 equals 8. I'll put that 8 down below. If I got the difference in these, I would say 8 minus 8, that is going to equal 0. That tells me I am done with my problem. And you could check this with multiplication or on a calculator. My next problem is 3 digits. I have 108 divided by 6, which is written down here, which could also be said as 6 goes into 108 how many times? So my first part, I would say 6 goes into 1. Well, it doesn't really do that and leave you a whole number. So I'm going to put a 0 up top. 0 times 6 is 0. So if I subtract it now, I could say 1 minus 0 is 1. Bring down this 0, and now this number looks like 10. I could say 6 goes into 10 one time. So I'm going to put 1 up there. 1 times 6 is 6. And 10 minus 6 is 4. Now I can bring down this 8 to be nixed at F4. Then I could say 6 goes into 48 8 times. 8 times 6 is 48. So if I subtracted 48 and 48, I would get 0. So my problem is now done. Let's do the next part. Here I have a 3-digit number, and I am dividing it by a 2-digit number. I'm going to say 286 divided by 11, or 11 goes into 286 how many times? Now, I'm not going to start on this digit right here. That is because 11 will not go into 2, not as a whole number. So, I'm going to start with this one right here. So I'm looking at these 2 digits, 28. 11 goes into 28 2 times. 2 times 11 is 22. So here's where I'm going to put 22. Now I can subtract. 2 minus 2 is 0. 8 minus 2 is 6. And I will bring down the next number, which is a 6. 11 goes into 66 6 times. When I multiply, I would say 6 times 11, that will give me 66. 66 minus 66 is 0. So my problem is done. 286 divided by 11 is 26. In this case, I can take this 0 out of my answer now and the one from before. So my next and last one. I have 156 divided by 13, or I could say 13 goes into 156 how many times? 13 does not go into 1 and leave a whole number, so I'm going to put a 0 there. That's basically a placeholder. 13 does go into 15 one time. 1 times 13 is 13. I subtracted 15 minus 13 is 2. And I would bring down the next number, which is 6. 13 goes into 26 2 times. If I multiply 2 times 13, I get 26. Now if I subtract these numbers, 26 minus 26 equals 0, and my problem is now done. I'm going to remove my placeholder 0. So 156 divided by 13 is 12. This concludes our practice with division problems. I hope this has helped somebody who has been watching it today. Thank you.